Hi, we're back again, Plants of the Bible with Apothecary Cynthia Hilson. We're talking about cinnamon, and I just got a few more things to share with you before we go into the aromatherapy portion of this teaching. I'm going to adjust this camera again and show you a couple things. So let's see if we can get this down here like this. Okay, now if you want to add some interesting flavor to a beef stew, a vegetable stew, or even your lentils, just throw in a cinnamon stick. And maybe put it in there for 30 minutes. That's about the length of time it takes to cook lentils. And pull it out. Beef stew, I would leave it in for maybe 45 minutes and then pull it out. It will impart the flavor. But it will be just that added little something that you can add. Now, cinnamon like this, you can put it on your hot chocolate. You can make you can add it to a rice pilaf, which is really just a nice fresh flavor. You can add a little bit of cinnamon along with some parsley and mint when you make your burgers or your meatloaf. It's one of these spices that you can use for a lot of different things. I'm actually going to show you one of my own spice blends. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. Now, this is my Moroccan spice blend, and if you follow me on Facebook, you will see where I have showed you our Moroccan chicken that we do in the tagine, um, which is a clay cooker. Now, in here, actually, I think that I even showed you the pre spice, but we love this spice blend. Very, oh man, just take it. Was taking the lid off it with smell-o-vision here. Oh my goodness, this is so good. But what we have in here is a very simple. You probably have the ingredients already in your kitchen. Ginger, cumin, cinnamon, turmeric, clove, coriander, and paprika. Now, if you don't have any ground clove and you don't have any ground turmeric, you can use a curry powder, and there's often you'll find or actually three different curry powders. You'll find a curry powder, you'll find a sweet curry, you'll find a hot curry. Well, the difference between a curry powder and a sweet curry powder is just really the addition to cinnamon. So you can make this at any proportion. I do have a recipe here on my computer that I will tell you what I've got in there. I have 1 teaspoon each of cumin, coriander, and chili powder. I use also 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, ginger, and allspice, and just a pinch of cayenne and a pinch of clove. You can add more clove, but I kind of like it not as clovey. I like it with the cinnamon and the ginger combination that pops along with the cumin. You blend it together, and a little bit goes a long, long way. So that is my Moroccan blend. You can always go to plantsofthebible.com and go to the Contact Us page, and you will just request that recipe. I'll send it to you. I got another thing here. I love to infuse oils with spices. I left one little cinnamon stick in here so you could see this. Now, what would I use this oil for? Well, when I make my tagine chicken, I like to brown it in this cinnamon oil. Now, another benefit of this infused cinnamon oil is I can add a little bit of this and add maybe a little bit of citrus or coriander or something like that to really begin to even pop a vegetable. I like to make, I'll tell you, if you take this Moroccan spice, the blend that I do, along with sweet potatoes or a squash and some onions, and you kind of toss it all together and you oven roast it. It's delicious, and it grows great with that rice pilaf with just a dash of cinnamon, and it makes a whole vegetarian meal if you want to do the Moroccan chicken. I also can use this along with the ginger oil for a stir fry. Adds a little bit of flavor. Now, one other fun thing I want to show you is a recipe I created one year when I was in the desert of Israel. And I've learned a lot of things about the shopping and buying. We're in the middle of the desert. We don't have a store within 5 miles. It's like more like 30 minutes away, the closest one. And that one we have to really watch because about Thursday afternoon, everything starts being gone. Friday morning before Shabbat, we sometimes don't get much of anything. And then we have to drive another 45 minutes or an hour to go to another store. And then when things close down on Shabbat, sometimes it takes till Monday afternoon for the stores to be restocked. So one time I had a group and they eat well. They eat well at Biblical Tamar Park, especially the work groups. And I needed just one more something. So what I did is I put together, grabbed some oranges, and I sliced some red onion really, really thin. And then I sprinkled a little bit of cinnamon on it, like this. Ooh, just made a mess. And then I added some pomegranate molasses. It just turned out so pretty. Now you can add some pomegranate seeds. You can add some dates. You actually could use date honey if you had it, or regular honey and not the pomegranate molasses. And you can add some sliced almonds. You could add some sliced apricots. You can get really creative. That is so delicious. Then a little bit of coriander, which has been sitting out, so it's not as. Coriander is cilantro. And I set it on the table. Well, I had people going up and eating it and going, wow. And it was like so simple, last minute. What do I have in the refrigerator and pantry? And what can I put together? Well, there was one gentleman in particular who is a regular on the work teams that go in the fall and the spring at the park. And he looked at me and he said, what is that? And I said, well, it's a salad to kind of end up the palate of your wonderful dinner that you have here. He said, really? Well, he didn't take any for his first round through the buffet. And then later on, he comes back and he says, I can't believe how good that was altogether. So anyway, I want to share this with you because what if all of a sudden so-and-so says, hey, let's get together. Come on over. And you haven't had time to really go to the store. You can do this. You can use grapefruit. You can use those little halo tangerines, oranges, a little bit of onion. It doesn't even have to be red onion. It could be your white onion or green onion. And the cinnamon on top of there. Use honey or, honey. Use honey or date syrup or the pomegranate syrup, which you can get at a Middle Eastern store. Delicious, fun, and easy. Now, we're going to shut this one off, and then we're going to aromatherapy. See you soon. This is Cynthia with Plants of the Bible.